Hi, my YouTube friends. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I was outside here getting some fall gardening done, getting things ready to go in the garden, and I ran in to spritz a little spray, and I thought I would actually just come out here and do a quick little video. This is not really planned, but I want to talk with you about how to choose an essential oil company. Excuse the ducks back there. They're having a good time. There are some things that just drive me crazy about some of the things I hear about choosing an essential oil company, and you really need to be looking out for certain things. So in just a few moments, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these things. I've got 12 things to be considering when you look for an essential oil company that you trust. All right, so and I just want to say too, I don't belong to an MLM. I'm not a distributor or anything. I've got about 6 companies that I purchase from that I totally trust. Pompeii Organics is one. I don't buy a lot from them, but you know, a good amount. Plant Therapy, amazing company. And they have neat scents. Like this is coffee essential oil, and it's wonderful. It's really fun to make in scented blends. Rocky Mountain Oils is one of my favorites. I love that company. Aromatics International. One of the things I love about this company is they have the main chemicals on the bottle. And if you're a certified aromatherapist at level 2 and above, which I am, then you know to look for what the chemicals are, because then you can make therapeutic decisions with those, which makes things nice and easy. So let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of what to look for. And I will actually use some of these as a, my sweetie, my cat, excuse me, I'm going to put these on the ground so they don't fall off the ledge. Okay, so let's take a look at labeling real quick. So one of the things that a proper label will have is any safety information on it. So if you're buying an essential oil like wintergreen, it should state strong precautions about not using internally and not safe for children and all that. Another thing that should be on the label is the Latin binomial of the plant. So if you see an essential oil and it's listed and it just says like rosemary, and it doesn't have the Latin name, like in the case of this patchouli, the Pogostemon cabalin underneath, then it's probably not a very legit company. And then you also should have the country of origin listed on the label as well. And this one doesn't. However, I do trust this company. This is Andrea Bouget's company, and they are very, very good. And that's another thing I want to talk about. I've got 12 criteria here. You're not going to find an essential oil company that meets all 12. So you need to kind of decide which ones are important to you. Personally, I like to know the country of origin, because that tells me if it was likely to have been cultivated or wild crafted or wild harvested, or how the plant was, you know, the essential oil came to be. So that's, if you can't find it on the label, I know for a fact that this company, Aromatics International, does put that information on their website. So if it's not on the label, look at the website too. So number 2, so labeling's number 1. Number 2 is the chemotypes of the plant, if there are any, should be listed. Not all plants have chemotypes. A chemotype is a specific chemical type that's found in some plants that's going to vary depending on how the plant was grown, the country, the elevation, the precipitation that year. A number of different factors are going to go into the chemotype. So rosemary, for example, is a very common essential oil. In fact, here's my little rosemary plant right here. If I pick a sprig, I can smell those essential oils in it. So amazing. But anyway, rosemary has chemotypes. Rosemary can have a chemotype of camphor, which tells you it's very good for the respiratory system. Or let's take thyme, for example. Thyme is another culinary herb that also has chemotypes. Regular thyme, Thymus vulgaris CT, or chemotype thymol, is going to be very, very good for killing germs and microorganisms, whereas, and it smells kind of strong, whereas thyme with the chemotype of linalool has a soft, lovely fragrance that is calming to the nervous system. So you would use them totally different ways. So you need to know if a plant has a chemotype, what that main chemical is in it, and that's very important. So number 3, so I like websites and companies that supply some education to the layperson. And I'm talking about evidence-based, clinical science-based information, not just opinions. So look for that on a website. And if you're buying essential oils from a store, please don't. Please go online and find a good essential oil company online that has good information for you. And then also back up your research with knowledge from a clinic or a clinical or a certified aromatherapist is the best thing to do. Number 4, I really like essential oil companies that provide information about safety for kids and also pregnant and nursing women. If you don't have that information, please don't buy from that company. Children and pregnant and nursing women they're in a special category, and they need to be using the essential oils very, very with a lot of intelligence, basically. So look for that. Plant therapy actually has a kid-safe line that I really enjoy if I'm working directly with children, although now I just make my own blends. But if you're a lay person and you're not sure, seeing that kid-safe label on plant therapy oils is very comforting. Okay. Number 5, you want a reasonably priced oil, but not too cheap. So I'm going to put a link to this article that I wrote on my website. The article goes into a lot of detail about all of these criteria. And I actually did a cost analysis of different essential oil companies using frankincense. And so I just want to mention that the large MLM companies, multi-level marketing companies, there are 2 main ones out there. There's probably more that I'm not aware of, but there's 2 main ones, and they want to tell you that only their oils are good. Well, that's not the case. And when they get people to believe that, they raise the prices so exorbitantly high that it's prohibitive for a lot of people. And I don't think that's fair. It's just not fair. I think everybody should be able to buy essential oils. Number 6, packaging. If you happen to see an essential oil that's in a clear bottle, don't buy it. Essential oils are like little herbal preparations. They need to be stored in amber glass or cobalt glass bottles. And if they're in plastic, same thing. Plastic is not good to be holding essential oils. In fact, many essential oils will burn a hole right through the plastic. They're so strong. So if you have essential oils in plastic, then there's something going on. Not a good thing. Let's talk about number 7. You want to have access to a GCMS report, okay? It's gas chromatology mass spectrometry, and what it does is it gives you a chemical rundown of every single compound that's in that essential oil. And if you're a layperson, honestly, and you don't know about the chemistry, that's okay. This information is going to be meaningless to you, but knowing that it's there tells you that the company's legitimate for certified aromatherapists who are working with clients who want to know what the chemical makeup is of their essential oils. So it's just, to me, a comforting sign. If you go into a store and there's no GCMS report that's specific to the batch of oil that you're buying, please don't buy it. That's something I actually always check on. I know there's probably legitimate distillers out there who are small, who distill their own oils. They're not probably going to have a GCMS report. That's different. I'm talking about companies that are selling multiple essential oils and who are not distilling them themselves, okay? That's 2 different things. So be sure that you can get that GCMS report. Number 8, third-party tested. So you don't want to have a GCMS report that is being tested by the company that owns the lab, right? I mean, it's kind of a conflict of interest. Be sure that you're getting a statement that the GCMS report is third-party tested. Number 9, does the company have, or is it owned by a certified aromatherapist? Is there a certified aromatherapist involved? You guys, this is so important. Before I started learning about essential oils through education, you know, when I was just dabbling, and by the way, I used to be an MLM distributor, and I believed what my upline told me about things, and some of it just didn't sit right. And so that's when I decided, hey, if I'm going to be talking about essential oils, I'd better go get myself educated. And I became a certified level 1 aromatherapist, which is only a few hundred hours. And then I took it farther and became a level 2, which is I have almost 1,000 hours of education under my belt, and now I'm studying for my clinical, which is my level 3. That's the highest you can go. Level 2 aromatherapists are allowed to teach according to the certification boards internationally and federally in our country. So be sure that the company that you're buying your essential oils from is either owned by or employs level 2 certified aromatherapists at the minimum. Very important, you guys. Don't go buying essential oils from a random person on Etsy or someplace that isn't trained, because they're not going to know what they're doing. Or it's likely they won't know what they're doing. I can't say that for everybody. I now happen to know a blogger who I just adore, a young woman, and she has steeped herself in knowledge, and I would trust what she says implicitly, but most people aren't in her shoes or in her category. All right, number 10, the sourcing of the oils. Okay, this is a big one. I'm going to spend a few moments on this because sustainability is a huge issue to me. I think that in the essential oil world, we're stripping the plants in certain countries, and it's a shame. So that's number 1. But you really need to know from the company where they're sourcing their essential oils. Do they know the small distributors? Many of these distillers are little tiny farms that are in, you know, third world countries, and they work really hard, and they often have very high quality products. But those companies get known by essential oil companies who care. All right. So if you've got a quality essential oil company, they're going to be very much in touch with the little distillers they're buying their oils from. Then you've got what are known as the bulk distributors. Bulk distributors distribute massive amounts of essential oils, and they sell these oils to the food industries. They sell them to cheaper cosmetics industries. I mean, it's just, you don't know where the oils are coming from. You don't know how they're sourced. And I'm going to say one other thing. Lately, there's been this explosion of small essential oil companies who are purchasing bulk essential oils from these companies who knows where they're getting their oils from, and they're relabeling the oils under their own labels. Okay, so they are selling essential oils under their own business name without knowing where those oils are coming from, or even if they're adulterated with anything. So please, you guys, no, buy from a legit company. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm just going to mention that there are people out in the world setting up small businesses in towns and online, and that's what they're doing. And they don't have a clue about where their oils are coming from. And I really do believe that that's doing the essential oil industry a huge disservice. All right, so I'm going to leave that there, but please trust the company that you're buying from, that they know where their oils are being sourced. Number 11, blends. So many essential oil companies like to sell you blends because blending is difficult and takes some skill to do, and a lot of people don't want to deal with blending their own oils. It's easier just to buy a blend that's already made and created by a formulator or a certified aromatherapist, and they're usually really wonderful blends, you guys, if you're buying from a good company. Be sure that all of the ingredients are listed. So I'm going to mention, let's see here, Rocky Mountain Oils is pretty famous for this. They will sell blends, and then they are very, very good about listing the ingredients. And so I always check the ingredients. And if I see fractionated coconut oil in the list of ingredients, well, then I know it's not going to be good for my diffuser, so I don't use it in my diffuser. All right. But be sure that all of the ingredients are listed, and you can trust that company to do so. Number 12, we're at the end. I'm going to talk about price, you guys. Is the price too good to be true? Because if the price is too cheap or too wonderful, or it's on sale at Walmart or something, you guys, don't buy it. It's very, very likely that it's adulterated, or that it's got fragrances in it that aren't being listed on the label, because guess what? You don't have to list fragrances on the label. Essential oils are not regulated by the federal government. There's no regulating body that states what they have to say or do, although the FDA has guidelines that good companies will follow. And so if a company is selling, especially a larger amount of essential oil, I'm talking like 1 ounce or greater, and it's going for like $8 or something. No, don't buy it. It's not going to be a good quality essential oil. It may not even be essential oil at all. In fact, let me tell you this story. I was with a friend of mine, oh my gosh, it was probably 8 or 9 years ago, and we had gone into a Whole Foods store. I was visiting, and she wanted to buy some lavender. And so we're talking about the lavender, and I told her, I said, you know, you really ought to buy your lavender online from one of these companies. And she says, no, I'll just get it here. Whole Foods is a great company. And it is, but it's a store, and its main goal is the bottom line, right? Well, anyway, we were looking at the different lavenders, and I told her she found one that was not as expensive as the others, and she was, I'm going to get this one. I'm like, you might want to look at the ingredients, because that seems like a really cheap price for lavender essential oil, especially in a store like this. And so we looked at the ingredients, and sure enough, there were other things in it as well. It was not pure lavender essential oil, even though that's what it said on the label. It was very misleading. So you guys, buyer beware. Be sure that you are knowing what you're looking for and knowing what's important to you in your essential oil purchases. I recommend that you purchase from a good company that's got an online platform. Don't be buying from little stores or from definitely not the big box stores. Please, you're not going to get a good product. And even on Amazon, you need to be very careful. So if I buy an oil on Amazon, usually I try to find plant therapy, okay? Because they do have a presence on Amazon. All right, that's all. Good luck with your essential oil searches and making your home remedies with essential oils. And stay tuned for more herbal information and essential oil information. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I'm here for you. Ask questions and be ready for some more self-reliance tips. All right. Oh, and also I want to tell you, if you want my free herbal remedy guide, you can get it in the description below. It's totally free. It'll be sent to you into your inbox, and it's really a nice resource for your home apothecary or your kitchen. All right. I'll talk to you later. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I'm going to sign off. Bye.